Welcome, boys and girls. I'm Scuba Winters, and today we're here talking about Final Fantasy XIV's live letter 87 for patch 7.3. So, as I go over this live letter, I do want to make this a hopefully shorter live letter than most people would expect to try to do a speed read through it. Just not have this be, hopefully not have this be like an hour-long video, since live letter itself was like over 2 hours or so. So let's try to have like a sort of quicker digest of this. So let's just jump right into it. And they did start off with a community feedback of having some sort of Q&A sort of things for the Occult Crescent and Cosmic Exploration, as they sort of asked themselves questions and they provided answers for why certain things were the way they were in Cosmic Exploration and the Occult Crescent, which they started off with. Oop. I wish I could enter Fork Tower with a preformed alliance. I have alliance covered here, but they will be adding the ability to enter the Occult Crescent areas with a full 48 party. A full party of 48 people. So it's going to be that. So in turn, you can then join Fork Tower with a full group and not have to worry about any, hoping you get the same instance as everybody else. I wish there was a normal and savage version of Fork Tower like there was with the Lubrum Reginae. They said this was due to cost, but it's like Square Enix's bread and butter. I think it's more they just don't have the manpower to like actually do this, because in this live letter, I'm not going to be showing it here, but they straight up they're like, hey, if you live in Japan and want to work on the game, here's like a place to put your application and resume. Please work for us. When magic pots and Happy Bunny coffers contain only materia and fireworks, the rewards feel inadequate for the efforts required. They're going to be adding more stuff. They didn't say exactly what they're going to be adding, but they're going to be doing a rework of these rewards, so they're, well, more rewarding. Enemy and fates can be defeated too quickly unless you're paying close attention. Fate may be completed before you even arrived. And they said it's kind of just how the system works. Like, to adjust it, like, just for this would be kind of weird and wonky. So they really don't have like an actual answer for this. They're just like, it is what it is. Apparently is sadly the answer you're getting. Please increase the drop rate to D-Materia and Soul Shards. Their answer to this was luck harder, bitch. Because in the Occult Crescent, it's 20% off a critical engagement and 5% drop rate off of a fate in the Dawn Trail zones. So just, you're gonna have to luck harder. You're not really gonna do much. It's not even that bad of a grind. Dude, if you're like actually doing Occult Crescent, you'll have most of these by the time you're level 20 anyway. The window for Royal Mirages is too short, making it impossible to get in there if you're in a critical encounter. So they're going to be making it so that the mirages will not appear when a critical engagement is going on, so don't have to worry about like being stuck in one and not being able to do the Fork Tower if you want to do that. So they moved on to Cosmic Exploration. Can you allow us to use mounts? They will be allowing us to use mounts. I think it might be just for the next areas. I'm not sure if you can use mounts on the moon, because that would make the zip lines kind of pointless if we can do that. But I think for the moon area, or the next planet, we should have the ability to use mounts. Please increase the time limit for missions. So they will be adjusting this. Mainly this is for like mainly gathering missions, for the ones that are a bit more tight. As the crafty ones I didn't find too bad. Please make the mission report window open automatically. Yeah, this is a thing that said like, yeah, we really should have had this from the start. So when you're done with a mission, the mission report button will just open automatically and you can click the button to get your rewards. Please make it so your GP is fully restored upon completing gathering missions. So they will be doing this and also resetting the cordials, so you'll be able to use those much faster and not have to just stand around waiting for your GP to refill to do more missions. Please make it easier to understand when sequential missions are available. They did say they were going to have some way of having this be a bit easier. He said it was in the chat. Honestly, if it was ever seen in the chat, I honestly never noticed. That was one of those things that just had to go into the menu to find. If there was another way to see those, I never. So they're gonna make that a bit easier to see. Please make projects easier to successfully complete. I think they already did this. Did they do this in the last patch? Any of the big, zone upgrade projects to be a bit easier to complete? But please keep the relative positioning of shops and NPCs consistent as the base develops. So I guess at the final area when you're done with it, I guess the shops get moved around. I guess I didn't notice this. They all seem to be around the same area, so that they're just gonna make sure all the shops and whatnot stay the same for the next areas. So there's that. Please have holograms installed from the beginning. Yeah, this was stupid. Not that I was going for the leaderboard, but yeah, this was pretty stupid that you had to unlock this. But yeah, from the next area, you're gonna have holograms installed from the start. Please add more incentive to continue playing once you're finished cosmic tool enhancements and gotten the current rewards. So they said they're gonna add more stuff to doing the cosmic exploration stuff, aside from just trying to get the black robot mount. Please implement a retainer bell. So they're gonna do this, but we can't use the Solution 9 one, even though it's gonna be futuristic. That's Dawn Trail stuff. You don't have to complete Dawn Trail to get into cosmic exploration. So there's that. So we're gonna get a retainer bell in the moon and new planets. At least I would assume the new planets. Please make it easier to get in the cosmic exploration base. They said they're gonna have some kind of etherite tickets to the moon person. I think the little buggy in the Maridorum, whatever that place is called, on the moon. Not the moon base, but they said they're gonna have some way to be able to teleport to the person that takes you there. So they finally got onto the patch proper, and our next patch is the Promise of Tomorrow. This will be the finale of the story for Dawn Trail, as with exception of Endwalker and The Realm Reborn, the main expansion, or the post game, it's always the first 3 patches are epilogue of the story, and then the last 2 are to set up for the next expansion. So we are getting it. I'm in the way here. We're gonna get early August, and most people are suggesting August 5th, said. Most likely, since I think that's a Tuesday. I looked at a calendar, but whatever Tuesday, very early August. So once you see the Moogle Tombstone event, you know you got a month away. So expect those pretty soon. So we got some screenshots. We got Kryl and Speen here. We got a corrupted robot. Also got some electric stuff happening. Probably getting hacked. We got Aaronville and got a purple regulator with somebody. Looks like they're in Solution 9. Maybe. We got this guy. I forgot what it was. But we got this guy. He's got a stylus pen, so he's probably doing some artwork on like a drawing tablet or something. That's my guess. Yep. He's gonna make some deviant art so we can. So next we have the Allied Society quest, which will be the crafting quest, which will also be the Yakoi, which have a very shiny blue color. His armor, I noticed. We have these little robot things that we saw. Wait, did we see? I don't think we saw these on the dungeon, but this will most likely be the mount. These might also be the mount as well. This was the boss from the mountain that we had to go in Dawn Trail. So, looks like we're building up this little area. Do keep in mind that most likely the Crafting Beast Tribe quest will have items needed to craft the new armor set or a new crafting and gathering set. So, are gonna want to keep on top of that, even if you are maxed out with all your crafters. We have more Hildebrand. Got an egg. Got Hildebrand with just a funny face. Doing just crazy. Got this guy. I'm gonna be honest with you. I actually haven't done the latest Hildebrand, so if he's new to the story, I don't know who he is. I gotta get on that. I do like the Hildebrand one. I just haven't got around to doing it. We're gonna have a new dungeon for the MSQ, the Meso Terminal, which looks like we're going back inside that big thing. We have the infirmary, like old days in Alexandria. I think this is all Alexandria. If these are like other Final Fantasy IX references, it's been so long since I played it, so sadly it's all going over my head. If there's like, oh no, this is other place in the game, I don't remember. And then we have a new trial. So since it's gonna be the end of the story, we're either gonna get this either like a Kuja or a Necron like boss. So do expect that. Since they're not telling us what it is, that's most likely what it's going to be. We're having the new 24-man raid, the Sanda Aurea, the second walk. So we have more Final Fantasy XI stuff. I didn't play Final Fantasy XI, so if there is any references or anything, sadly, I am not going to be much help, though this is very pretty. Do like the Aurora and the ice area for obvious reasons. But this is a nice picture. And then we have that guy again, being a menace with talking to somebody, which I think will most likely be like an antagonist from Final Fantasy XI, but since I didn't play it, I don't know who they are. We got Prish with the John Final Fantasy 11 at least. We're getting Seiryu for the Unreal. So that's, I mean, it's Unreal. We're probably gonna get, you know, some. Did we get a mount? I forgot if we got a mount from that or not. Because if we didn't get a mount last time, we'll get a mount this. If not, it's expect a minion. So we have the new treasure dungeon. It is not going to be a roulette. It looks like it might be slots. Maybe? Since there is 3 little things, they might like their face might change. Little slot machine. Since it is like a vault. Honey Iron. Honey Iron? Iron? Iron. Whatever. Iron. But now we have Daft Punk, Daft Mangora. Whatever we want to go with. If you kill this, and since it is like a luck-based thing, if there's not an achievement called like Up All Night to get lucky, that's just a missed opportunity. For one more time. I mean, you do gotta go around the world to, you know, get these maps. It's probably just gonna be living memory, but whatever. You do have a digital love for that place, so we'll just go on with this. So they're adding duty support for Cutter's Cry. That's happening. They're gonna have PvP updates, so new Series 9 will begin, and we're gonna have PvP actions, adjustments, as normally should. They didn't show off any of the rewards that they're going to add, but we are getting a new map, and that's Guliolo. They're just making it a battleground, the Bayside Battleground. They had another shot. It doesn't look like there's gonna be any kind of like hazard or anything, because that's the only screenshots that they have are just this and this. So looks like little zoom pads like here and here, but that seems like it's I mean, maybe there's stuff that comes out of the water, but it looks like it might just be like a very simple map, which is actually very fine. I did always like the playthrough like better because there's no crazy stuff. They will be adding new ranks, so I'm gonna move myself again. We're adding Omega and Ultima rank. So they didn't say if there's going to be any new rewards to this or anything of that nature, but there is new ranks, so keep on grinding. And back to Cosmic Exploration. Thanks to the efforts of Industrious Adventures, completion of the Moongate Hub has closed at hand, which I don't think everybody has been done with this, but hopefully by 7.3 everybody has. The Cosmic Exploration Initiative is ready to take off its first hop into the wider cosmos. New Cosmic Exploration star, world of Ina, I think is how it's pronounced. It's going to be a nice blue planet with a lot more spongy things, very mushroomy. A lot of caverns. So we're gonna get more stuff. Exploration and survey menus of a new survey of a new star begins. Further enhancement of cosmic tools. We should get shiny versions of the tool we have. They may not be like super shiny. Hopefully they are. We'll get new rewards. The Star Wars standing Stella, as well as the star contributor status and effect, will also be available in Vina. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. New phantom weapons. So we're not going to get new content for the Occult Crescent, but we will get new relic stuff. There's going to be a grind, or at least for the first step, and then probably annoyingly just tomestones. We are getting a new deep dungeon, the Pilgrim's Traverse. It's going to be an Ilmeg, so we are going back to Shadowbringers for this. And we got a bunch of nice, colorful, it's like castle areas. It was always a cool architecture. So, got those. Pilgrim's Traverse overview. Players must first complete main story Endwalker. Gotta finish Endwalker, okay. I don't know why I'm gonna finish Endwalker since it's all Shadowbringers area, but okay. Players must be 91 to enter. And access by speaking to an NPC in Ilmeg. Also, they're going to be adding a bonus duty after completion, a harder version of the Floor 99 boss will be accessible from the dungeon NPC. Can be challenged at level 100 with a party of 4. So I guess it was like a extreme or savage version of the final boss. And there's going to be that's gonna be a secret. If this is a tell to anything, I don't know what it is. I'd say Neo X-Death, but we already have a Neo X-Death boss. And unless there was like a Neo-er X-Death, but that's probably gonna be in like the Occult Crescent area. Okay, they're going to be doing chat bubbles. We're finally implementing chat bubbles. Under active development. Chat bubble features. Features optional. Disabled by default. Text will continue to display in the chat log as normal. It can be set on/off according to the chat mode. Chat bubbles and font color can also be set according to chat mode. Can be disabled during battle and PvP. Can be set to display 1 or 2 lines of text. Text will be truncated upon reaching certain word count. Expanded headgear support for Hrothgar and Viera. Various headgear will now display on Hrothgar and Viera. Further support for headgear, including helmets, will be added in future updates. So we're finally getting hats, which you can finally have something. And I love that it's like they don't even try to make them work. They just let them clip through the hats, which is kind of funny. Option to hide Viera ears. Choose whether or not to display ears on certain headgear. Added an on-off subcommand to the visor toggle in the character window. Display setting will be saved. The registered gear set equipped it at the time. Okay, so you can, have ears or no ears. It all depends on how many helmets they actually have, not just like the popular ones. They're also adjusting. I don't think they had like a note for this. They're also adjusting like how certain hoods wear. So if you, I'm just gonna put myself where certain things, your hair just like disappeared depending on like what hairstyle you have. So your hair would always look like this with a hat, and now your hair will actually show when wearing hoods. So there's that. And there is sadly, oh, I gotta turn myself back on. There is sadly no, there's not gonna be an ultimate this time. They, for whatever reason, we're just not getting one. So sad for that. And that was it for the content, at least for the part 1. They may have more stuff in the part 2 live letter, but now they're on to the QVC part of the stuff. Do you like Alphino's and Alizé's earring? You can buy it. Or at least to pre-order it. Starting, I'm covering it up again, but January 31st of next year, so save up. These will, America and Europe, March 26th or later. Release date is approximate. Any changes will be updated at the store page. These will most likely be very expensive, so hope you like paying like $200-300. We got new merchandise stickers. Got some canvas boards, sticker sets, a Sugar Riot sticker sets, and a Doman Mahjong t-shirt that says 13 orphans on it. So if you want that, there's that. If you want to go touch grass but also want to have Final Fantasy XIV in your life, you have a Final Fantasy XIV camping set. Overseas release: North America September and Europe in November. We're going to be having a Chronicles of Light Volume 2. We have the digital version out October 7th, and the physical version in English in December 16th. So these are mainly just the stories that they've shown on the website you can read for free. They usually add like as well. Okay, features 30 stories, including those from the Tales of the Shadow, Tales of the Twilight, Tales of the Dawn, Tales Under the Moon, as well as 4 brand new stories. Yes, so it's all the stories they just post on the Lodestone, plus a few extra stories. You don't need to buy these or read these stories to follow along with the main story, but it adds some extra backstory and whatnot. So, we have this new Primal merch. If you really like the band, get a little glow stick, pins, mugs, shirts, a bag. If you got an Xbox, you got Final Fantasy 16 for Xbox now. So, the standard edition for $50, complete edition, which would include the 2 DLCs for $70. Built on the Microsoft Store on Windows and Xbox. Okay. You got a Final Fantasy 16 looks like a lore book. The compendium compiles various records from the people who lived Alestia, filled with details from histories, characters, geography, cultures, and biology, and more, available only here. So yeah, pretty much a lore book for Final Fantasy 16. Japanese version, December 16th, and English version, March 31st next year. And they're releasing Final Fantasy Tactics. Because we've had a Tactics raid in the game, they're shielded out here. So this will be accepting pre-orders for September 30th release. So this is coming out. It's going to have most of the War of the Lions stuff without any of the, like, they're not having any of the new characters or anything. Since they essentially had to build this game from the ground up because they didn't have the source code. So, and that's it. That's it for the live letter. Go buy Final Fantasy Tactics. But this was only part 1 of the live letter, so they may have more information and more content for the part 2 live letter, but generally they just go more in depth on the stuff they showed. But since it's probably just going to be more of the gathering stuff of like checking out the new planet that we're going to go to. I mean, unless they have some surprise new content. But that's it for the live letter 87 or patch 7.3. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this was informative to you, and hopefully this did actually go pretty quick. Only less than half an hour, so that's good. But yeah, sadly, no ultimate, but we are at least getting a 24-man raid, so at least there's that. We're probably going to get the ultimate, like, probably 7.5. We've only been getting 2 per expansion anyways. So they also did, oh yeah, they also did show off the raid planner, but they didn't. That's going to be 7.4, so I didn't bother showing it here since it's not going to be in the patch. So it's like they're working on it. So it's coming out. It's going to be coming out 7.4. So please look forward to it. But until then, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I've been Tsukuba Winters. If you did enjoy this video, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun YouTube stuff. I hope to see you all on the next video. Till then, bye.